This is Jeffrey Abramowski. Back in the late 1990s, Jeffrey was involved in a serious car accident. Because of his injuries, he was introduced to OxyContin and quickly became an addict. From there, his addiction worsened until his wife kicked him out of their home that they shared with their 2 children. Jeffrey began living with a man named Courtney Crandall, also known as Dick. Together, Dick and Jeffrey would go doctor shopping to feed their habit. Dick would drive Jeffrey around to several doctors and then pharmacies to fill the prescriptions. This routine continued until May of 2002, when Dick was found dead in his home with a claw hammer stuck in his skull. Jeffrey was one of many suspects that were brought in for questioning.
And you're here of your own free will. You come to help us with our investigation.
Absolutely.
Just to set the stage why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you known Dick?
8 months.
And how did you meet him?
To Don Hughes.
Don Hughes is a friend of yours?
Mine.
What would you do when you go there? What do you do? Help him out? Hang out with him? He's an old man. What type of relationship did you guys develop?
Just friends, and he needed help doing things, I'd help him and shit like that. I liked him and he liked me, and I knew Judy and Rita and Bruce, and it was kind of a clique.
Who always lived at the trailer when you first met him?
Besides the birds, which drove me crazy because Judy and Bruce.
Judy was Dick's meth-addicted girlfriend, and Bruce was her son, who was also a meth addict. Both mother and son lived with Dick in his trailer, and the thing about Bruce was that he hated Dick, and a week prior to the murder, Bruce had attacked Dick with a golf club.
And I happened to went and shook hands with another guy, and I happened to get on Dick's left side, and I turned to the side, and I looked at Dick had this big old knot on his head. I said, "What the hell did you do to your head?" He said, "Bruce had hit him in the head," and then the other guys started telling me the story, how he was on the ground getting choked and all this and all that and all this and so I don't really understand why, but we decided to go up to the other place, and Bruce was stormtrooping. He was just all mad and stuff, and Dick went up with us. Well, Dick took his car, and Bub and I followed him, maybe for safety reasons or whatever, and we went up there, and Bruce got crazy, and he started threatening Dick again. And I'm the kind of guy that got in the middle of it. I just didn't want Dick getting hurt because Dick was my friend, So I said, "Bruce," I said, "calm down. You don't want to go that route. It's an older guy. You're twice as young as he is. Don't go that route. You don't want the trouble." "I'll kill that son of a bitch. I'll get him mustard." So I'm saying, "You don't want to go that route." So he's reaching for Dick and all this, and then he goes and gets the golf club. So I'm trying to remember how all this went down. And the golf club come out, and he went after the car with the golf club. He's a lefty, so he swung the golf club and hit the car. And I said, "Dick," I said, "you better go." I said, "because you're gonna get hurt." So Dick backs up, and he had to back up to get out because it was a one-way going that way. So he had to back up to go back past Bruce. And so that's when Bruce swung again. And then he took the golf club and he threw it, and it went whoa, 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 through the air, and it landed off into the neighbor's grass. And then...
You ever see them physically fight each other?
Well, I've seen Bruce get in his face and shove him a little bit, and...
You ever see Dick fight back?
No, Dick's more of a mouth. Dick's just a cocky guy, he's just cocky. And a few times I've gone over there, and Bruce would go, if that son of a bitch doesn't pay me my money today, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat his ass. And then I'd sit down and Judy'd go, just calm him down, Jeff, just calm him down. I'm so, she'd be a basket case, and all this, and just calm him down. So I'd sit there and I'd basically, as mellow, as demeanor as I got, I'm just being mellow and stuff, so Bruce would calm down, and so after he'd smoke his couple of bowls of pot, he'd be mellow and stuff, and then everything would be under control again, and then Bruce would go, God, I'm thank you, all this stuff, and then Dick would walk in, and then Bruce got in his face and said, Dick would go, what do you want? I want my money and all this, and all that bullshit.
Originally, Judy and Bruce were both the main suspects in Dick's murder, but they both testified that they had left for Alabama on one of their drug runs before the murder took place. There were numerous inconsistencies in their statements, including who drove and what route they took. The police even found some of Judy's hair inside Dick's hand, but because they didn't have any further evidence, Judy and Bruce were dismissed as suspects.
So you haven't talked since that Monday?
No.
And how did you find out Dick was, okay, so it's been Monday, that was the 13th, today's the 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got over a week.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find out that he was dead?
I called up Don this morning, and then that's when Don told me that, did you hear about Dick? And I says, no, what about Dick? And then he says, Dick's dead. And I says, yeah, right. And he says, yeah, he says, Dick's dead. And I says, I still didn't believe him. And then that's when I finally was convinced, so I went and I called Judy from the payphone, because I don't have any transportation, and I was already up at the Texaco, so I went and I bought some change, and I went and got some gummy bears, and I went out there and made another phone call, and I called Judy, and that's when Judy says, yeah, that Dick was dead.
Did Don say how Dick died? Or he just said he's dead?
He just said he was dead.
You didn't give any details?
No, he didn't know nothing about it.
Judy?
Judy did.
What did Judy say?
Judy said, first of all, she got on the phone and she was real mellow about it. And I was still kind of leery yet about that anything had happened, because, if she's in love with this guy, I would have thought that maybe she would have had a little bit more expression on her face. But she sat there and then I says, well, Don had told me that Dick was dead. And then that's when the tears came out and everything. And
who do you think would kill him? All the people that you've done, is there anybody you'd think of that kill him?
like I said before, he's taken me to some pretty shitty neighborhoods. Some pretty shitty neighborhoods.
Is there anybody you've heard threaten him before in the past, other than Bruce? Nobody else that maybe had a beef with him or anything, or that maybe Dick told you these people are giving me problems or nothing like that?
We're familiar with some things that he's been doing with OxyContin.
Yeah.
I've heard, we've talked to a lot of people, okay? And we've heard that from several people that Dick deals OxyContin.
I've heard it myself.
And I've heard that he takes you to the doctor often to get OxyContin. And I just want to know, is that where the OxyContin's come from?
No.
Where's Dick's OxyContin coming from?
That I don't know, but Dick does take me to the doctor sometimes to go get my medications, yes. But I do not give Dick my OxyContins.
Has he ever stolen it from you?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. He stole them from Orlando from me one time.
How did that happen?
Tell us about that. What happened?
I went into the Eckerts one time, and a woman had written me a prescription, or Dr. Boo had written me a prescription, and I handed my prescription over the counter, and I paid for it with my money, and Dick went to grab the bag, and the woman held onto the bag, and they were going like this with it. And the lady goes, "Sir, those are his medications, leave them alone." He goes, "Okay." So then she puts them down. He grabs them starts walking out the door, and she's going, sir, sir, sir. I said, don't worry about it. I said, he's my ride. So I paid for him, and when I went outside, he had already gotten in the car, he had locked all the doors, and I'm knocking on the door, and I said, Dick, let me in, we're in Orlando, I want to go home. So he wouldn't open the door. He throws it in reverse, and he starts to back up.
Right.
So the first thing I could think of was get behind the car, and he'd stop. And he almost runs me over.
Right, he wouldn't stop, huh?
No, he hit me in the hip, and I flew back about 3 feet, and by the grace of God, I moved in time before he run me down. So he takes off laughing, flips me the bird, takes off, and I'm standing there going, well, this is a joke. He's going to come back around and get me, right?
Right.
So he never came back around and got me. So I end up having to walk all the way home with $10 sitting out for somebody to pick me up, and I walked for. Let me show
So
you.
was this recent?
No, it's been a while. It's already pretty well healed up.
But you got blisters or something from walking?
It's from my new shoes.
Shit. Check that out. Damn.
Oh, how long has that been?
Was that these shoes? That looks pretty.
That's been there about 2 weeks.
Damn.
This story about how Dick left Jeffrey in Orlando was used by the prosecution as a motive for Jeffrey taking Dick's life. Had Jeffrey never told him the story, prosecution would have had a difficult time showing any motive.
Why would Dick run off with him like he did? Did you ever get him back when you got back?
No, a matter of fact, by the time I got back to his house, he was laughing about it, and he says to me, I go, Dick, where's my prescription of pills? I said, I can't go back for another month. And this was like about a month ago, and he goes, well, that prescription's already gone. I said, so where did it go? I said, did you fill it? Because you can't fill it without my ID.
Right.
He goes, oh, I tore it up.
I thought he got the bag of pills from the Eckers.
He took a bag of, the Dr. Bowie writes me Percocets, Oxycontin, and Zyac. And the Oxycontin and the Zyac were on the floor. The Percocets were the ones that I took in, and those were the ones that were fighting over.
Okay.
And when I got behind the car and all that, but then when I finally got a hold of him, I said, where's my prescription of Oxycontin? And that's when he says that he tore it up.
He tore the script up, he says?
He tore the script up. That's what he said.
So the only thing he actually took was Percocet?
Was the Percocets.
Okay.
So no one he really stole.
Because you never did get the oxys that time?
No.
Or just the script?
No.
He took. Now, weren't you pissed off? I would be pissed off at Dick. Did you have any, when you tell him why, did you ask him why he did it? What did he tell you?
Yeah, he never really had much of a...
Were you upset? How'd you feel about this whole thing?
Well, I was mad about it, but it takes more than that to get me mad. I mean, I'm an easygoing person. I don't blow shit out of proportion.
He ever done anything like that to you before?
No.
And that was, you said, like a month ago, so has he done any since? I mean, he didn't do anything like that on the 13th, did he?
No.
No? Okay.
No, he was just acting goofy that day. Just acting goofy that day.
Did he ever mention about selling oxys and how much he got for them?
No, but he always carried around a brown plastic bag, and he never left it out of his sight. And he carried that around to these people's houses that he would go to, and
He carried it in his hand, or where would he put it? The bag?
there's like a Publix bag, where you put your groceries in. He'd carry that around with him. He'd go in and make me sit in the van and wait. And I'd say, at least leave the air on for me. And then he'd sit there and leave the air on. He'd go in for a half hour or so. Then he'd come out, and then we'd go and...
Did he ever mention how he got them? How he gets them?
How he gets what?
The oxys?
He says that you asked him one time to beat the old man up.
To beat the old man up?
It's the same Chris, Puerto Rican guy.
No, I ain't never asked anybody to beat
How
anybody
come
up.
Chris will tell us that?
I have no clue. I got nothing against. Why would I beat up Dick?
I don't know, he ripped you off for the dope and.
No. Why would I? If I wanted to beat up Dick, I would have stood back and watched what's his name, Bruce, tear into his ass.
I'm just asking, I don't know.
No,
I'm just asking.
no. I got nothing against Dick.
Okay. How come he's saying
I don't know. I'd like to sit here and have him tell me that.
that? Is he a friend of yours?
I don't know him that well.
So you never, in kidding, sometimes people, when we talk to them, they say things and maybe they take it out of context. Maybe the Orlando thing, could the Orlando thing had anything to do with you asking and beat up or making you walk home? And could that be it? I
Or
don't know.
maybe you made a comment like that?
Would be it?
Someone should kick this old man's ass for doing this or something?
No.
Never? We're trying to understand why someone will say that.
Well, I don't understand why the hell anybody would want to say that at all. No, I have never threatened Dick.
Okay.
If I was gonna threaten Dick, I would never sit there and tell somebody else to threaten Dick.
We're just wondering, because like I said, we're all human. If a friend of mine or someone that I'm acquaintance with or whatever leaves me in fucking Orlando, forget taking the Percocet, leaves me in Orlando and I gotta walk, I'm gonna be upset. That's one, you know.
Well, you guys don't know me from Adam's house.
No, I don't. Just met you today, so you know.
And I'll be honest with you, it takes a lot more than that to get me going.
Okay.
I'm not an excitable person. I'm probably the mellowest person you'll ever meet.
Well, you sure sound that way.
Even my neighbor came up to me and says, Jeff, he says, I've seen your son tell you F you this, F you that, and you bite your lip and turn around and walk away. He said, if that was my son,
How old's your son?
12.
12, huh?
11, well, he's gonna be 12.
He's getting to that age, huh?
Yeah. And you see, I'm a mellow person.
Is he the only son you?
I got a daughter.
You have a daughter too. How old is she?
14.
14, huh? She's getting to that age too, or?
The detectives didn't have enough evidence to hold Jeffrey, so he was released and the investigation into Dick's death continued. One thing the police noticed was that when Dick's body was found, he had $70 in one pocket and 60 Oxycontin in another. This means either it wasn't a drug addict looking to kill him for pills, or it was and they failed to check his pockets. Eventually, Jeffrey would turn himself in on a probation violation. At this point, the detectives had received the DNA results that showed a small amount of Jeffrey's DNA under one of Dick's fingernails, so they decided to question Jeffrey again.
The 22nd, when I talked to you, the 22nd of May,
Yeah.
which is now, 9 days later,
Yeah.
you didn't have any oxy, you said that day.
No, they were probably pretty well gone. I had a pretty bad habit on them.
That day I talked with you, on the 22nd, when I picked you up here
Yeah.
walking down the road, had you had any oxy that day?
Oh boy, I'm not. See, that's been a while ago. I don't know if I did or not. Like 9 days.
With 90, I mean, that's 10 a day.
Oh, I had a pretty bad habit. I mean, it was a habit, but it was, you gotta figure, it's like one works for a while, and then it doesn't, then two works for a while, and you know what I'm saying?
Well, how many were you taking, you think, a day?
Oh, God. You really wanna know?
At the worst time, yeah, sure.
About 20.
20 a day.
Yeah.
How many at one time would you take the most?
3 or 4. And you see, it's just the way, for me to be able to get up and,
Well, it sounds like you built a real
oh, I had a bad
High tolerance.
tolerance. Yes, sir. I did for quite a while.
3 or 4 in 80s is
No, 40s.
40s, okay.
Yeah, that's why eventually I sat there and I said, this is enough, because I regrouped and thought of my wife and kids leaving me and everything because of that, and I just decided that this is enough, and then I just quit cold turkey and I started working at Treadwell, and I would go to work every day sick and just rode the storm.
Okay. You remember giving us a DNA sample?
Yeah.
You remember what that involved?
Yeah, he stuck something in my mouth and took some hairs.
We've been doing, I'm sure you're aware, we've been doing a lot of investigating since this all came about, since the
Uh-huh.
last time we talked.
Yeah.
Okay. We've talked to a lot of people, we've done a lot of scientific stuff
Uh-huh.
as far as evidence and so on.
Yeah.
What would you say our investigation showed you were involved in the death of Dick?
I'd be surprised because, like I say, I wasn't there and I don't know nothing about that.
Well, the problems we have and the reason why we needed to talk to you again is that we talked to Chris,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Chris says he didn't go to the mall.
We didn't go to the mall.
Well, he says not that. He says Saturday morning, he dropped you off Saturday morning at the entrance to the trailer park. Chris.
Saturday morning? I don't think so.
He says you went to the mall on Sunday.
Sunday? No, we went Saturday.
Okay. Do you remember Detective Harold driving you to the trailer park when he talked to you?
Yeah.
You got out of the car?
Mm-hmm.
There's another car sitting there?
Yeah.
There was a lady in that car.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She identified you as being at Dick's trailer Saturday. She came there, you were sitting on the doorstep talking with Dick. She even spoke to you.
No.
Why are these people, your friend Chris, gonna tell us that he dropped you off?
I don't know. That's surprising me right there.
We got this lady who doesn't know you from Adam that saw you there that morning.
I don't know. Like I say, I mean, you know, I was at the house, went to the mall, came back, went to bed. That's it. That's all I did on that Saturday.
Could it be because of the oxy that you don't remember?
No, I keep my wits about me on that pretty much, so yeah. Anything, I get tired and go to sleep.
We've done, you know, these are just a couple things that we've come across in
Mhm.
our investigation. Do you know anything about DNA?
Yeah.
You know the DNA is, each person has separate DNA.
Sure.
Everybody's DNA is different, everybody's DNA is identifiable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a genetic fingerprint.
Sure.
Well, we did DNA testing,
Look at this right here, this is from, so you'll see, this is a
Florida Department of
fax
Law
that we got.
Mm-hmm.
in their lab.
Yeah.
Saliva standards, Jeffrey Abramowski.
Mm-hmm.
That's your stuff that I took from you. right?
Sure.
Okay. The thing is, you're telling us that you've never had any confrontation with him, okay?
Mhm.
That you've never had any physical fight with him.
Yeah,
So there should be no reason why your DNA should be on Courtney Cranston,
absolutely.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is. Look at this number. There, that's your DNA.
On who? On Dick?
On that dick.
What kind of DNA?
Well,
It's a couple of different kinds of DNA.
Well, I don't know why it would be there.
there's only one reason it would be there.
And that is what?
That you were there.
No,
You've been with Dick since the 13th.
no.
Jeff,
Jeff.
listen, the last time you were there was with him the 13th.
The 13th.
And we know that because I talked to the pharmacist.
Yeah.
I know you're telling me the truth.
Sure.
But you saw him again that next weekend. We know you were there because Chris says he dropped you off. The little old lady, housewife,
Mm-hmm.
stays home all day. She goes over there, she sees you, passes the time of day with you. You spoke to her. She says that you were there on Saturday. And now when we find Dick Crandall's body,
It ain't mine because I wasn't even over there.
Jeff, the thing is, Jeff, listen to me, brother. You know, you got children. And I will tell you the same thing I tell my children, the same thing I'm sure you tell your children.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah.
Okay? You've lived a rough life. You've been involved in this drug stuff for many years, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's hardened you. Okay? You've done things, we've all done things we're ashamed of. We've all done things that we didn't plan on doing. Do I think you're a cold-blooded killer? No, I don't. I don't think that at all. I think something happened. What? I don't know. Okay? Maybe Dick broke bad on you. I don't know what happened. Some reason, something happened that day. You know and I know. We have the evidence. Okay? At some point, we're going to present this to a judge and jury. I want to be able to go and say, yeah, Jeff's our guy. We know that. I mean, it's obvious. But there's a reason for it. Jeff is not a cold-blooded killer. There's something happened. Either Dick provoked the fight, something happened. I don't know. And I can't go in there and tell them that until you tell me. But all I know, Jeff, listen to me.
I'll be honest with you, I was there on the 13th with him when he dropped me off and that was
Jeff,
it.
brother, you're not a bad guy, man. Don't go this route, okay? Do the right thing. That's just been laying heavy in your heart. I know it. I know, brother. You're not a bad guy. You're a good man. These drugs has caused you a lot of problems. It's cost you your marriage. It's cost you your jobs.
it's costing your
It's
children.
cost you everything, brother. And you're trying to do the right thing now. You're trying to give all this stuff, and I'm trying to get you on the right track, okay? I think it was an accident. I don't think you intended to do it. I think you did it by accident. I think he broke bad, the fight broke out, whatever, and things got out of hand. That's what I think happened. Okay? Jeff, come on, brother. You know it and I know it. Okay? We're not stupid. We've been doing this job for many years. You know what these drugs have done to you, and I know. Okay? All I'm asking you is to be honest with yourself.
I've been honest with you guys.
Jeff, you're not, brother. Come on now. Listen to me. You're not a bad guy.
I don't know why you
You're a
guys
good
are
man.
laying this on me.
I'm not laying anything.
Well, what does it say? What kind of DNA do they have?
Right
He's
here.
got stuff under his fingernails.
From
Your
the swabs that I
DNA.
took.
Your
from
DNA
the
is under this dead man's fingernails. Your hair is clutched in his hand.
Which hair? Off my head?
Off your head. It's clutched in his hand. Just do it.
Let me see where it says that.
The detectives are lying about the hair found in Dick's hand being Jeffrey's. As we stated earlier in this video, the hair actually belonged to Judy, but the DNA under one fingernail was Jeffrey's.
Jeff, look at the phone.
Jeff, they
Do the right thing, brother. You got kids.
I swear to God, I'm not a killer.
I'm not saying you're a killer.
Even Don told me,
Listen
when I
to me.
called Don, wait a minute, last time I called Don says, homicide investigators are over here again, and I was just getting ready to go to bed, and he goes, they think you're the #1 suspect. And I says, do you gotta be kidding me? And he kept saying that to me, and I'm going like, they're going the wrong way.
These drugs have done it to you, brother. The drugs have done it to you.
We know what kind of person Dick is, okay? Dick's a tough guy to like. Dick and you argued about money, about the pills. We know that.
About money and the pills.
You owe Dick money. He wanted your pills. We know what's going on there.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'd give him a few once in a while because, for paying for it, but as far as,
But you needed them. You need them. Because
Absolutely.
You need them. You got a high tolerance to them.
Mhm.
Dick's got them. And there's an argument. There's an argument about something. That's the best I can understand. Tell us what happened.
I wasn't even there.
Well, we know you're there because of this and because of your two other people who put you there.
Well, I don't know why they're sitting there saying it was me, because I'll be honest with you, I mean,
Well, be honest.
you can see my tattoos. Did the woman say I had tattoos?
The woman picked you out of a photo lineup, out of pictures, she picks you out. Then that Wednesday, the 22nd, I drive you over there,
I remember that.
and she starts crying when she sees you.
Well, I don't know why.
She's with Allie.
I mean, I'm in that trailer park, on and off and stuff. Maybe she saw me another day and just,
No, she signed that, did you?
You're there
Listen,
Saturday.
listen,
You're there
Jeff.
Saturday with Dick. Listen to me.
Jeff, we got your DNA underneath his fingernails.
Well, I don't know how he got DNA underneath his fingernail.
During this scrap that you guys had.
I didn't have a scrap with
Listen
him.
to me, Jeff.
I don't know how you guys are laying this on me.
I'm not laying anything on you. I'm just here for the truth. We
I-
know the truth. The truth is, you're responsible for his death. Okay, let's set that aside. That is the truth. Okay,
No.
now listen to me.
I'm not responsible for
Listen to me.
Dick's
Yeah, you
death.
are. I can prove that.
Well, let me see where it says
I
that.
just showed you the DNA, okay?
I saw 1 in 3 quadrillion. That's all I
Earth's
saw.
population is only 6 billion.
Yeah, let me see where it says that my DNA's under there. I swear to God, I wasn't over there on Saturday.
It
Jeff,
says they match swabbings from standards. They say that standard that came from his fingernails matches your standard. It doesn't say in plain English that whatever, it says they only have Q-tips and little slides to compare to. And what they're talking about there is comparing what we recovered from autopsy, okay, to everybody, not just you, everybody, and to the whole data system, okay? And there's a big data system because everybody's DNA goes in a data system. And that's why it's taken so long, because we've been waiting for this. It doesn't happen like that. It takes a while to compare things, and this thing comes back.
Well, I don't know why it come back. I swear to God, Saturday I spent, the morning at the house, then went to the mall. That was it.
DNA is a great thing. The thing about DNA, when you leave here today, you know what? Your DNA is going to be here. Okay? If we recover it or not, it's a different thing. You have skin fall off of you every second. You have hair, you'll lose hair. Okay? If we were able to find everything that's falling off of you or me or Allie or whoever else is in this room, our DNA is going to be found in this room.
Sure.
Okay? The DNA on Dick at the time of his death is your DNA.
Well, I don't know how it got there, if there was DNA
It
there.
certainly wouldn't be there after a week, would it? No. Because you didn't fight. You told me you haven't fought with him.
Never.
I could see if you fought with him and maybe he had some of your hair still under, or blood or skin or whatever he might have had under his fingernails or in his hand. But that didn't happen because you haven't fought with him. So the only reason why that DNA is there, because you had to be there just like Chris told us you were, because he said he dropped you off. He swore in a sworn statement.
Well, I don't know what he's got to hide, because I sat there and went to the mall with him, and that's it.
He has nothing to hide. And this other lady swore twice when she circled your picture and said, that's the guy that I saw over there. And then that Wednesday when I took you back over there, these are people who are giving sworn statements. Not saying I think, or maybe it could have been him, but Chris says, I dropped him off right there at the entrance. The woman says, that's him, and there he is again, and she cries. Now, we know you were there.
I wasn't there Saturday.
Listen, okay?
I don't know why you guys are doing this to me.
We're not doing anything.
Jeff,
We're
you-
just presenting you with the facts and the truth, brother.
Well-
I'm just trying to find out why this happened.
I
okay?
don't know what happened at that situation. The only thing I know is that I saw him on the 13th. I called Bruce. Bruce told me. I was shocked, and that's it. That's all I know about it.
All I want to know is why.
Why what?
Why he ended up dying. You guys had a fight. I mean, it's obvious there was a fight there between you and him.
I didn't have a fight with Dick. I've never struck Dick, ever.
You know,
That's not true.
you know,
That is the truth.
Jeff, there's two theories we have to go with. One, you went over there very stealthily, very secretively, and planned his murder.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that happened.
I don't believe that for a second.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't murder Dick.
Okay. Or you went over there and you had a conversation with him. Something happened. Maybe y'all got in a fight.
I don't know if he
And you
attacked you or
left,
what.
and
I
he
don't know.
died as a result of it.
He may have attacked you
It's
for
from
one
one extreme to the other.
But we need to
Now,
know.
we
Okay.
know you're there. Which extreme is it? Did you go over there and did you plan to kill him and plan this out and plan to get away with it? Or did you go over there and shit just happens?
Did he break bad on you? I mean, I don't know. You need to tell. I mean, did he start the fight? I don't know.
All I can say is what I told you. I wasn't over there. I mean, that woman, if there was a woman in that car that saw me,
Look at me, Jeff.
I am.
Now look at me. Listen to me. I'm not a dummy. This guy's not a dummy. We've been doing this for many years. Okay, I've been a cop over 20-some years, okay? We do homicide investigations. That's our job. That's our expertise. We know what we have. We know you're responsible, okay?
No, I don't know how you can say you know. I mean, I know what I know, and I wasn't over there, and I didn't hit Dick.
Ultimately, you might not have thought you were responsible.
I don't think you went there to kill him. I don't think that
Okay, but
happened.
ultimately, now you're responsible.
You guys got to fight. He died as a result.
Well, I don't know
I don't know
why
what
you guys
Listen,
are saying I have,
listen,
you know,
listen,
my
what-
DNA.
Listen,
I don't know why the fight was about. I don't know. That's what you got to fill in the blanks from. I don't know. All I can tell you is that you and him got in a fight. There's no doubt about it. He died as a result of those injuries.
I
Okay.
did not get in a fight with Dick.
Yeah, you did.
okay, maybe it wasn't a fight. Maybe you just
Maybe you
went
went
there
there
and grabbed
and
his shit
beat
and
him.
killed him.
No,
It's either one of the two. You,
Something happened.
I don't believe that.
no, I did not
Was it an
grab
accident?
his shit.
Was it an accident? I mean, did you go in there and try to kill him? Let me ask you. Did you go in there with the intent to kill him?
I never went over
Did
to
you go in
Dick.
there with the intent to kill Dick?
I never went over to Dick's house on Saturday. I was there on the 13th
I'm
with
asking
him
you a
and
simple
everything.
question.
Sunday.
Did you go over with the intention to kill Dick?
I never went over there to Dick's house on Saturday.
That's not what I'm asking you. Listen to the question I'm asking you. Did you go to Dick's house with intentions to kill Dick?
I never went over to
Yes
Dick's
or no?
house.
It's a simple question. Yes or no? Did you
How
go-
can I answer that question? I wasn't over at his house on Saturday.
Did you go over with the intention to kill Dick? Either yes or no. Jeff, it's not that hard a question.
The answer to that question is I didn't go over to Dick's house on Saturday. I don't know why this lady is placing me there. I was over there a
The
few times.
DNA places you there, brother. Your hair clutched in a dead
Show
man's
me where,
hand.
show me where it says it is. My hair was in his hand.
I don't know where the.
Like it says, it says standards. The standards match. Okay, I'm not gonna because
Guys, I'm honest with you. I was there the 13th with him. He picked me up at Bubba's. We went to the doctor, dropped me off. That was it. Saturday I was with Chris at the mall. I spent most of like the morning at the house, and then Sunday I was with Don. That's my whole weekend.
Now let me tell you about Don.
Mhm.
The other issues. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don says, yeah, he picked you up Sunday, and y'all did that.
Yeah.
Don says when he went to pick you up, he sees certain things, smells certain things. He said that you had a bag with him and threw a bag of stuff away.
A bag.
That's what Don testifies to.
A bag.
Don testifies that when he picked you up, that you guys left and you threw a bag away in the dumpster.
No.
Why is Don telling? Don's your
I don't know.
your 10-year friend.
Let me see what Don said.
Don's been friends with you. I'm telling you what Don said.
You're telling me, but I want to see what he said. I mean, let me read his report. I was not with Dick on the weekend, except for The 13th. I don't know why these guys are sitting here laying all this crap on you.
I don't either. We're friends. Chris is your friend, Don's your friend. Why is Don gonna come back and tell me that?
I don't know. I'd like to talk to Don and see what he's got to say. Because that's ridiculous.
Did you throw anything away? Could have
No.
been household trash, could have been something. Could have been
No,
something.
I don't remember ever taking anything out of the
Well,
house.
you don't remember, but could you have
No.
taken something with you to make Don think that?
No.
Well, Don is putting these pieces together in his mind.
All I
Says
could,
that you threw something away on something.
all I can say to you, I don't know, what's your first name?
Gary.
Gary. All I can say, Gary, is I got in Don's car and we went to Sears. That's it. I did not have anything in my hands. I don't ever carry anything out of Bubba's hands except my, or out of Bubba's house except my cigarettes.
He says it's a bag of trash.
No. Why wouldn't I have just thrown the trash at the house?
I can't understand that. I don't understand that either, unless it was something that you didn't want to be found there, that you didn't want Bubba to find.
No. I didn't throw no bag away.
I can understand the situation with you being dependent on OxyContin. Addiction's a hard thing. You've been using Oxy for a long time. I can understand your position of being over there with Bubba. You're not with your kids. You're not with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand. I probably don't really understand, but I can see where all this crap in your life probably drives you to further addiction. Okay, you're talking about doing 4 or 5 of Oxy at a time, or 3 or 4. That's deadly to most people.
Mm-hmm.
But you're dancing right on the edge there with addiction and death.
That I admit, I had a
You
problem
had a
with
strong
that.
addiction. You had 90. The 13th, you had 90 pills
Yeah.
prescribed to you. Okay,
I know people that do more than that.
he's dead days later. He's dead. Okay,
Mhm.
you had a lot of medications going. Let me tell you what I think happened. I think that you didn't have all those 90 pills, that he had them, that you needed them, and you went
He had
over
my
there.
90 pills.
No, not your 90, but he had some, and you went over there to get some.
No.
I think that's the reason why you went over there,
Mm-mm.
and this thing happened.
No, I had plenty of medication that weekend.
You had plenty, but why are you forgetting about being there on Saturday?
I wasn't there on Saturday. I know my routine on Saturday. The only thing I couldn't remember that weekend is going to the arcade with Don. I forgot about that.
Chris says you didn't go to the mall. Chris blows your Saturday.
Well, I want to see Chris's report because I was at the mall with Chris. I don't know why Chris would lie to me
Hold
or lie to you.
on. I'll be right back.
The detectives leave the room to regroup and go over the next line of questioning. They are doing their best to paint a picture of Jeffrey as being a strung-out drug addict who would do anything to get a fix. The only issue with this narrative is that Dick had the 60 OxyContin in his pocket, and Jeff was addicted to Oxy.
All right, brother.
One thing I was thinking about is if I'm this bad guy you're saying, right?
You're big.
Well, no, if I'm this guy that kills Dick, right? Why would I go turn myself in to the jail and do my VOPs? Don't you think I'd be running?
No, not necessarily.
Think about it. I mean,
What people every day to do this and don't run.
I have not touched Dick. I have never laid a hand on Dick. I don't understand why anybody would say this. It doesn't make sense.
Jeff, I'm going from the evidence, okay? I know what the evidence tells me. I've been doing this job a long time, brother.
I
I know what the evidence tells me.
haven't seen any evidence that was even there. All you're telling me is someone
I'm
said,
showing you the lab results. Gary's getting tapes and stuff together, okay? But we had, Chris dropping you off. We had a lady identifying you there.
well, I don't know what Chris is
And that
saying.
really, set that aside. I don't even care about that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what the evidence shows.
Yeah.
Okay, the evidence shows you were there and that you're responsible.
I am
And
not
agree with that
responsible.
wholeheartedly, and you know that, and I know.
I don't know that because I was not there.
You're not a bad guy.
I know I'm not.
You're
And I'm not a
I talked
killer.
to- I don't think you are either. Not intentionally. I
No,
think you
not
could-
even intentionally. The only thing I've ever killed is deer and ducks and geese.
Jeff, this is just me and you. There's nobody else here. All bullshit aside, you know and I know, okay? And that's beside the
You're
point.
sitting there telling me I know. I
Yeah, you
didn't.
know you were there, Jeff.
No, I was
Jeff, you
not.
were there.
No.
Listen to me, brother. You were there. I wasn't. But the only thing I want to know is why. What happened? Something happened.
I don't know what happened with Dick. I don't even know how Dick died except for Bruce telling me he was hit with a shovel. That's all I know about the case.
You know and I know, Jeff. I'm not stupid. You know I'm not an idiot.
I don't even know you. I know you're not an idiot because you bought me a pack of cigarettes and coffee.
that you're a nice guy, I know you are, and I don't think you would ever do anything to intentionally hurt somebody, but something happened that day. Something happened, it got out of hand. And I don't know what.
I'll be honest with you, I have nothing to hide with you guys. That's why I came over here to talk to you.
Well, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you talking to me. That showed me that you are a man, you have some remorse. Okay?
Remorse?
Yeah.
About what?
About things you've done.
The only thing I've ever done is I took too many pills and I lost my family.
Pills have cost you a lot. It cost you your marriage, it cost you jobs, it cost you your livelihood. You're in jail right now because of pills.
Yeah, I was definitely.
And that's understandable, okay? I got a son who's addicted to pills. And I've been dealing with it every day with him. You know, it's a bad thing. I know how bad it is, okay? And I'm trying to get him on track, you know, that's tough. Sometimes people have to hit rock bottom before they start up,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And
Yeah, losing my wife and kids maybe hit rock
And
bottom.
everybody has their own rock bottom, you know, that certain things for different people are rock bottom. For you, maybe it's your marriage, I don't know.
Mhm.
But anyway, I know what you're going through, what you've been through, okay? Just from my own experience, okay? And it's a bad thing, I know that, and you know that. I mean, it's not something you control, it's something that outweighs anything else in life when you have that kind of addiction. I mean, you'll go through whatever means necessary to fulfill that addiction.
Yeah, but you got to think though, if I was some guy that was looking for pills, all I'd have to do is go buy some from
I don't
somebody.
think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened at all. I think you went there and you and Dick got an argument for whatever reason. Maybe Dick attacked you. I don't know. It may be a self-defense issue. I don't know.
Dick and I have
You know?
never gotten into any physical confrontation ever.
Well, other than this one, maybe not. But this one,
Never.
I can prove.
Well,
You know,
I don't know how you're gonna prove it if I wasn't there.
I can prove it, brother. Your
Well,
DNA is there. Your DNA just don't magically appear from nowhere.
Dick has never grabbed me.
Your
Dick has
hair
never
is-
grabbed me by the hair. Dick has never grabbed
I'm
me
telling you,
except
he
for
had
he
hair.
took my pills.
He had hair in his hand, and the hair is yours.
Show me where it says that.
I don't have the report with me, okay?
You just said that was the report.
That's the DNA report. We're talking two different things. We're talking hair, and we're talking DNA.
All I can say is, what's your first name?
Allie.
Allie?
Yeah.
Allie, if you have DNA with my hair in his hand,
Mhm.
I'd like to see it because that's impossible.
Well, no, it isn't impossible.
It is.
I just showed you the lab results, your DNA. When I'm talking about DNA,
All what I saw was you show me 1 in 3 quadrillion.
yeah, whatever it is, I don't know.
Show me where it says that there was hair in his hand.
This is not the hair report. This is the DNA report.
And where does it say, yes, Jeff's hair was there, or DNA there, or whatever? Because this is crazy.
Jeffrey Abramowski.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how my DNA got over at that house, if it's even there.
It's
It's
there.
not at your house. It's on his body, under his fingernails, hair in his hand.
Well, I don't know how he got my hair in his hand, if it's even there, because I'll be honest with you,
It's
I was
there.
not there Saturday.
It's there.
I was with Dick on the 13th, because I remember distinctly my doctor's appointment, and that's it.
How would your DNA get on in the 13th? Did you ever touch him?
Not that I remember.
Did you grab him around the head and give him a nuggie on the head? I mean,
No.
how's his hair getting under your fingers?
I can't imagine how it would've got there.
Me either.
If it's even there, because I can't picture it being
It's
there.
there, it's there. I'm not lying to you, it's there. I'm
Well-
not gonna lie to you. And the reason we're here, let me tell you something, I got better things to do than just to go jerk somebody out of jail and accuse them of murder, okay? We're looking at serious charges. I don't think that it happened the way that we're maybe forced to present it. What I think happened is you had a problem with him that day.
No, I
And that's what
never
we're
had a
trying-
problem with that.
Well, maybe you did, maybe you just wanted the opposite.
Maybe he had a problem with you. I don't know. There was a problem there.
There's a problem.
There was a
because-
fight. There was a
Because he was left laying on the floor. You're gone, maybe you didn't know what all happened, maybe you don't remember all.
No, I remember distinctly what I did, except for that time that I didn't go, or that I went to the, arcade.
Well, Saturday, Chris says you didn't go to the mall.
But why would he lie?
I don't
Unless he's got
He's
something to
not lying.
I
hide.
don't think he's lying.
You gotta tell us, you gotta have some type of story, because what you have just doesn't make any sense.
Well, it is the truth. You want to sit there and implicate me in this thing. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Gary, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Chris isn't gonna lie to put you in prison.
I don't know, I don't even know what Chris said.
Don's not gonna lie. Don has no reason, Chris and Don have no reason, if anything, they would say something to protect you.
Well, I don't know why Don would say I had a bag when I
Like
didn't.
asking them what happened before and after the date that we're interested in.
That'd be pretty stupid to take a bag of something like whatever you're saying I had in a bag and take it in another
No,
man's
it's not
car and say,
stupid.
pull over here so I can throw it
He's a
away.
friend of yours. He's a friend of yours. It's not stupid at all.
No, it's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. It is. I'm a smart individual. It's a totally ridiculous.
Chris isn't out to do anything bad to you. Chris is out for your good.
And if Chris took me over there, why would Chris admit to something like that and implicate himself in something like that? Think about it.
What is he in trouble for? Dropping you off?
No.
What's he in trouble for? Was he with you? Did Chris do this?
Chris was with me to the mall on that day, and that was it. Chris and I never went over there. And Judy, I've even told you, Judy sat there and...
Yes, right. You told me that.
Yeah, Judy wanted him dead.
Sure.
Sure
And
she
she's
did.
asked you to do it before.
No,
right?
she never asked me to do nothing like that. All what she did is, one day I went over there, actually she's probably said it twice. One day I went over there and she says to me, she was crying, and I walked in, and I said, what's the matter, Judy? She goes, Jeff, he's hurting me so bad, and I can't take it anymore. I wish he was dead. If I had a knife or a gun or something, she says, I'd kill him. That's what she told me. And I said, you're ridiculous, and I calmed her down. And Bruce was running around because he couldn't find his pot, and Dick admitted that he had it, and he goes, man, when he gets in here, I'm going to beat the shit out of him, and I had to calm him down.
And they asked you.
They never asked me to kill him.
Well, that's what Stiley's telling me. Bubba.
Bubba never even met Bruce.
I know, but he's telling me what you supposedly told him.
No,
He's getting all this through you.
no.
If you believe in God, you should be one to do what's right. You need to do
I am
right
doing
thing.
what's right, Gary. Think about it, for God's sake. This is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is ridiculous, man. He's sitting there blaming me for this crap.
At this point, all the detectives have is a witness saying he dropped Jeffrey off at Dick's, a neighbor saying she saw Jeffrey hanging out with Dick, and a small bit of DNA under Dick's fingernail. The detectives decide to leave the room and then come back again to try one last time.
That's insane. I don't know why Chris would tell you that. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
You know what? If it was just Chris, I might be inclined to agree with you. But it's just not Chris. You got a woman there, okay? A good woman who's there, but he is clear-headed, clear-minded. She saw, we do photo lineups. You're familiar with those, right?
Sure.
Pictures, and she says, there he is. And then that day when I drove you by there, and you got out of the car, man, she's sure. You cannot dispute that. This woman doesn't get it wrong. This woman saw you.
Gary, between me and you, I was not there on Saturday because I know for a fact that we went to the mall and I spent the day at the house in the morning. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I did. It doesn't make sense why Chris would even say
Well,
that.
no, I don't care Saturday, Sunday, Friday.
Obviously, you care about Saturday because you
Yeah,
keep drilling me on
I do,
Saturday.
because that's when everybody says that you're lying,
No, I'm not lying.
okay? But let's forget about the Saturday, the mall, whatever day that Dick died, whatever day it was. If it was Friday night late, if it was Saturday night late, which actually is Sunday morning, whatever time, if it was in the afternoon, whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is he's dead. What matters is you were seen there. You're saying that you weren't there. What matters is there was hair and there was fingernail clippings. We go through a whole process in death investigations. There are so many things that are done.
I would imagine.
Okay, if you ever watch that forensic file on TV,
Sometimes it's hard.
okay, they cut your fingernails off. So many things are done. They scrape, they do, if it's a woman, they do kids, they do swabbings, they take blood, they take fluids, they take your hair, they do so many things. And the big problem with that, the big problem for you is that your DNA, okay, is there.
Well, I don't know how it got there, if it's even there. I can't believe it's there because I wasn't there. I just can't believe it's there.
It's there.
Well, I don't know if it's there. I don't know how it got there.
Jeff.
All I know is I wasn't there. How do you know Chris didn't go over there and have somebody hurt Dick and then come by and pick me up and try to implicate me? Think about it. I didn't do nothing. If Chris,
Chris don't even know Dick.
if Chris,
Chris doesn't know Dick.
Dad, I don't know. I don't know if Chris knows Dick or not. I don't know who Chris knows because I really don't know Chris.
Chris doesn't know Dick.
And why would I take a guy? It doesn't make sense. Why would I take a guy that I hardly even know from Adam's house cat and take him over there and kill somebody? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm saying you didn't take him with
That's
you.
right. Think about it.
But
I don't think you went there to kill him.
Go over there.
I did not go over there to kill Dick. I
I know
did
you
not
didn't
even
go
go
there.
over there Saturday.
You were there.
You didn't go there to kill him, but it
You were there.
happened.
No.
Did it happen Sunday morning early? When did it happen?
I don't know when it happened. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue.
Could have been Saturday night.
I don't know when it
Could have
happened.
been early morning. It's that window. But boy, Saturday's the day that you have a problem with because everybody says
You were there.
you were there and that you didn't do what you're saying you did.
I didn't go over to Dick's house Saturday. No way. No way. This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It is. You guys are sitting there drilling me on it. I didn't do it.
How can it be ridiculous?
I didn't do it.
We have all the evidence.
Think about it. I didn't do it. And I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, I did it, when I didn't. There's no way. I got a wife and kids out there. You think as much as I love my children, do you think I'm gonna jeopardize my children in my life by going and hurting Dick?
You're
I had
popping
my
pills,
own
you're popping
pills.
9, 10 pills a day.
I had my own pills. Why would I go over there and want Dick's pills?
You know why? Because your life sucks. That's why.
My life doesn't.
At
So
that point,
sorry,
it
Gary.
did. At that point, it did, Jeff. You know it did.
The only thing that was upsetting me was my wife and children and not being able to see my kids. That's it. Drug addiction, no.
But you're out of control with it. You were out of control on the drugs.
I've been out of control for years. And
But you
have I
were
hurt
very-
anybody since then? No.
You've hurt your wife, your marriage, your
Oh, that I
kids,
did, yeah.
your career, your livelihood. Have you hurt anything? You've hurt everything because of drugs.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go kill somebody over it.
Well, I don't think you intended. Maybe you did. I don't think you did.
No, I did not kill anybody.
Quit your lying.
I'm not
Yeah,
lying.
you are. You're sitting here bullshitting me. You're lying to me. You're trying to piss on my leg, tell me it's raining, and it ain't the way it is. Quit the lying. Quit the bullshitting. Be a man. Stand up for once in your life and tell the truth about what happened.
I've told
For
you.
once in your life, tell the truth.
I've told you.
No, you haven't. You sit here bullshitting. You continue to just lie. Lie, continue. Tell the truth once. Be a man. Show your family, show your kids that you're a man.
Oh, show my kids that I'm a killer when I'm
Show
not.
your kids that you know what's right. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. But you gotta be man enough to stand up and say, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I have problems. Drugs made me do it. Dick brought it on his own self. Dick's an asshole. Whatever. But if you didn't go out there and cold-blooded kill, you need to tell the truth and quit living this damn lie and keep pissing on my leg, because I ain't buying it. I ain't stupid. I've done this a long time. I ain't buying it. A judge and jury's not gonna buy it.
Well,
Tell the truth.
I'm
for
telling
once.
the truth.
No, you're not. Continue that lie. Continue that lie. I want you to. Continue that lie. I want you to continue that lie.
I've told you
Because
the
it's gonna
truth.
come back to haunt you. That lie will come back to haunt you.
I've told you the truth.
No, you haven't.
Obviously I have.
No, you just continue to bullshit and lie. Continue that lie. We'll see how far it carries your life. The time has come to be a man and quit bullshitting people. The bullshitting is over. Be a man for once in your life.
I am being a man.
No, you're not. You're being a punk. You're sitting here.
I'm being a punk
Yeah,
now.
you are. You're lying. You're conning and lying.
You guys are sitting there trying to shove me into
I'm
something
trying to
that I
get you
didn't
to tell
do.
the truth for once in your life.
You're a great example for
Be the
for
truth
your
once in
kids,
your
aren't
life.
you?
I didn't do
You're
it.
a great example. for
I didn't
your
do
kids.
I'm not confessing, Gary, to something that I didn't do. There's no way.
It's not an issue of something that you did not do. Stop conning me. I'm not buying your con. I know better. We're
Well,
here.
you know
We're
better.
here. We're here. I'm not some guy off the street that you're trying to sell. Okay? You're not selling me a car. Don't sell me because I'm not buying.
I haven't done it. And I'm not admitting to something that I didn't do, Gary. There's no way. No way.
I know you're not. But you know what? You did this.
Well, if it's so cut and dry, why are you sitting there trying to make me confess to something I didn't do?
Because I'm trying to get you to tell us what happened. Because I want to know the whole story. I don't want to go in there with just a probable, what the facts say. There's always the facts and there's the story. I want to know the story.
Well, I
Now I'm
told
giving you the
truth.
benefit of the doubt. And if you talk about you being so smart, you're not that smart because you could explain what happened. You could make it not something
I don't
being
know
real
what
bad
happened.
to something that might be believable to somebody. Maybe I would believe you. You know what, if you'd come here and say, Dick was a son of a bitch, Dick was a nasty old man, Dick belittled me, and Dick did this and Dick did that, and yeah, I got carried away and I did something I'm not proud of. I can believe that. I'd have believed that and say, you know what, he's probably telling me the truth. I believe that. And when we write it up and send it on down the line, they could have something that they could understand. But you're telling me something that didn't happen that we know that we can prove happened. You're up against a wall, buddy. You've hit the wall.
I'm
There's
not up
nowhere
against
to
the wall
go.
because I didn't do it.
You are against the wall.
You think I am.
You have hit the wall.
You think I am.
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's your opinion. I know what happened and I wasn't there. And why would a guy, think about it, why would a guy go kill somebody with somebody he hardly even knows? Why would I do that? Gary, answer me that. Why would I do that?
You know what? Sometimes you just make me think you're the dumbest guy on earth.
I'm not. I'm a very nice guy.
Why Dick Crandall? Because he's an easy target.
Oh,
You
okay.
think about it. He's an old man.
To go
He's
kill
an old man that you killed.
To go kill a guy in a trailer park?
Yeah,
It
an
don't make
old
sense.
man that has nothing and nobody, but he's got a lot of pills and he's got a lot of pot and he's got a lot of cash in his pocket.
And then you tell me that I go over there and talk to some woman and sit there and kill him while a woman is standing there?
You didn't kill him while the woman was there. The woman saw you there. I never said you killed him while the woman was there.
Well,
That'd
that's
be
what I was
stupid.
thinking you were
That
saying.
didn't happen. You know better than that. There was no one around when this happened, unless you had somebody there to take you away. But there's no obvious witness standing there when this happened. Come on, man. We know we know that part of it. It happened, and you easily got away, walked away. He's found later.
I didn't do it. I never killed Dick. And that's all I got to say about it, Gary. I didn't do it.
Why not do something
I'm not
like a
admitting this.
man, like a man, like a parent, like the
All right, I've
father
had
that
enough,
you
Gary.
are.
You're sitting there trying to drill me into something that I didn't do.
What?
I don't want to talk anymore. You're sitting there trying to shove me into something that I didn't do. I'm done.
All right.
I'm done, Gary. This is ridiculous,
All
man.
right. You know what? I'm done too.
This is ridiculous.
I'm done.
Sit there and tell me my kids. I'm a damn good father and I didn't kill Dick. This is ridiculous, man. Totally ridiculous.
In the end, Jeffrey would be charged with murder, and he would take the case to trial. Even though Jeffrey claimed he was innocent, he was ultimately found guilty and he received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Over 20 years later, Jeffrey continues to claim innocence, and most people who look into this case would agree. At the crime scene, the detectives located blood and hair from Judy and Bruce, who were on very bad terms with the victim. At the time of the murder, Judy and her son Bruce fled to another state in the middle of the night with the victim's belongings, which consisted of stolen jewelry in the victim's car. The first trial was declared a mistrial after a jailhouse informant told the court that the lead detective in the case promised him leniency and coerced him into lying to the court. The detective showed him crime scene photos and coached him into making false incriminating statements against Jeff. During the trial, there was no evidence presented that linked Jeff to the crime, and the state used Judy and Bruce to testify against him. The only evidence that convicted Jeff was a small amount of DNA that contained a rare marker that Jeff's DNA also contained. Years later, it would be revealed that the rare marker wasn't as rare as previously thought. Jeff was also represented by an incompetent private attorney who convinced him that she would bring him home. 9 years after the trial, she admitted she was mentally ill, off her medication, had only tried one minor felony case, had never before taken on a murder or DNA case, and was incompetent in her representation of Jeff. The state of Florida continued to deny every single motion or appeal filed by Jeff until recently, when they agreed to do advanced DNA testing on the murder weapon to see if they can link it to anyone else. What are your thoughts on this case? Was Jeff wrongfully accused, or do you believe he was the killer? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.